Hi, everyone. Thanks for watching and thanks for joining me again. As always, we're going to give thanks to Jehovah God and just thank Him for allowing me to do another video and allowing you all to view another video. So it takes a lot. Let me tell you, it takes a lot, especially when you work. And I want to say, often I do make mistakes with like edits and stuff because it takes a long time to complete edits and it takes a long time to just go over the videos a million times. By the time I'm editing, I'm just like tired. And so I make errors. But you know what? I embrace my errors. And I think you should too. Because that can make you very insecure, right? Something that you want to get right. It's like, dang, you just keep making mistakes. Embrace those mistakes, but try to change them, obviously. Which brings us to today's topic, recipe for change. I have been researching for hours recently, just trying to get some content together, but also trying to figure out how I can make it relatable, to my audience. I have a lot. It's sometimes teenagers. Some people I mentor, and I do show the side of me that's silly because this is me. Like, it is what it is. And if you want my help, it's gonna be really good help, but I'm gonna make errors. And if I make errors, I'm honestly gonna identify my errors and take feedback. And then I can either apply it or not apply it. But I always want to strive, and you always want to strive to do your very best, because what are you doing it for then? Right? But anyway, let's go over the recipe for change. The very first ingredient that I've identified that we need in order for things to change, or in order for us to help someone change their behavior. But again, you can't change a person. There are just things that you can do to promote change, right? So first thing is, in order to change something, something has to change. Repeat behavior will give you repeat results. So if you're very unhappy with your life, for instance, maybe you're married, I don't know, maybe you're not even married, you're just in a relationship, or maybe, whatever. Just can apply to anyone, right? But in order for us to encourage someone to change or promote them to change, we have to change ourselves. And that is harder said than done. Wait, it's harder to do than it is to say it, right? Because reevaluating yourself means taking negative feedback and really hearing the people that care about you and hear what they say that you do. And you try to change those things first, because for every situation, it requires a different version of you. Let me help you make that make sense, right? So, for instance, if you don't like liars, and so if that's a trigger for you and you're in a relationship, or it could be a friendship, whatever, a relationship. It doesn't have to be a romantic one. And that person lies to you and you become triggered, you have to avoid lying at all costs. All areas of your life should be honest, and you should be able to display that through your actions. For instance, if you're with someone that you want to change and you're not used to, maybe you're just like, we just have people that don't like to hold the door for people. Let's just give an instance. Okay, some people just don't like to hold the door. When you're with that person, show a change in you. Hold the door for the elderly person that's coming after you. Or it might even be a young person. Who cares? Do acts of kindness. Do things that are going to show, hey, this person is trying to change them. Because that requires a different change of audience, and that requires a lot of strength to change into that person. But once you turn it and change it to that person for the better, you will feel better. Regardless, you will feel better. You will feel happy, because no matter what, you are your true version of you. So I definitely want to encourage you, change yourself. Start at home with, what am I doing wrong? Why do I keep getting the same results? It can even be the type of relationships you keep getting into. Why do I always end up with, drug addicts, and I'm not saying me, I'm just saying. Or why do I always end up with a abuser? Or why do I always end up with a rich man, but they don't pay no attention to you? All right, it's because you're doing the same things to attract those kind of men. You have to change who you are, and then if the people around you, please excuse me because that's my washing machine. It's really loud, and it happens to be down in my office. So I'm pretty sure it's draining right now. But anyway, let's continue. So every situation requires a different version of you. So be able to change you. If you don't like cheaters, you can't be a cheater. Like, even when it comes down to simple as doing house chores, if it's your turn to do it, no matter what, you have to don't cheat your way through life. Even if it's like waking up on time, don't cheat yourself out of not waking up on time. You have to be the change you want to see, like, honestly, because if not, the people around you are going to keep getting the same version of you, and also you're going to keep getting the same version of them. In order to distinguish if a person needs to be in your life, you have to be able to distinguish if they're willing to change. But they don't have to change for somebody that's not changing. I can't ask for you to come home every night if I'm complaining every day when you're home. That's just crazy. I can't. There's no change. And so what happens is this cycle of insanity, really, and it continues, and it can cause bad health. It will. And stressful situations will cause bad health. Like, you have to get yourself together no matter what it is. All right, next. Let's see. You have to have boundaries. Oh, this is a big one. In order for someone to change, after you have worked on yourself. So say if you're in progress, and change takes a long time. I mean, but as long as, even if you're making baby steps towards the change you want to see in someone else, it is what it is. Like, I used to, listen, oh my gosh, me and my boyfriend, we've never gotten to anything really, really big because it be them girls who try, but I ain't think about them. It's just like, what? Do you even know how this man makes me feel? What I get from him is, I'm happy. So if I wanted him to change, I had to change how I responded to the outside world. Because anytime I would hear something, I'd be like, what? Who is this? Da-da-da-da. And then it don't even be, well, it sometimes do be making bad choices. However, if I didn't see a change in those bad choices, we wouldn't be talking. Because that was my boundary. There were certain things that you had to change about yourself, but there was different. Then I also had to change how I respond and how I did things. Because you can't ask someone to change for you if you're not making any changes. Like, if you're always that overbearing, or even if you're used to someone, that's so tacky. That is so tacky that this thing is getting louder and louder. Like, what is going on? But anyway, I don't even know what I was saying. Oh my goodness, that thing was so loud. Let's see. Let's just go from the beginning. Boundaries. I'm just giving you a situation. For instance, I didn't like my boyfriend talking to other girls about, like, situations. It was not, why are you talking to, like, what are you, I'm here for that. But I also didn't like to sit on the phone. I do not like sitting on the phone. It's just like, oh my goodness, because really it's because I'm just a busy person and I'm not making any excuses. Whenever I have time to sit down, it's like I want peace. I have to. So then when I have to be on the phone, it's like, okay, anything we're going to talk about is going to lead to something. So it's like, even if it's something positive, even if it's like a long conversation, and I'll be tired, I'll be like, dang. So it's not that I don't like being on the phone. It's just that, like, when I'm active. I have to, and when I have my downtime, it's like, oh, I got some downtime. But my boyfriend, sometimes he just wants to be on the phone and say random stuff. So I had to change that about me. I had to be able to listen to the most randomest things that he has coming up. Just while I'm in the middle of a meeting or something, but we compromised on that. Send the text message. And if I'm not in a meeting or something very important, I'm going to call you, baby. And now we sit on the phone, and now we don't have the same issues. Like, we just don't. But it requires a different version of me, Somebody can't change if you keep giving them the same thing, too. Like, it's just insanity. But I also have my boundaries. Like, okay, once I made my changes, now that I'm talking to you now more frequently, I expect you to change, because if not, my boundaries is we're going to have to separate for a while until you can get that together. Like, period. Because my boundaries are my boundaries. And I love him. Y'all know how much I love him, okay? I'm going to have to throw a picture up there because I be all over him. I love him. I love him. However, I'm not going to change my boundaries because those are triggers for me. And if I know I'm going to be in a relationship, and again, it could be a friendship, it could be any kind of relationship, but I'm talking about a romantic relationship for me, I want to be healthy. Why would I be in a relationship and I'm going to be always triggered? Like, we can't do this. And I wasn't afraid to lose him, and vice versa. When I nag too much, because I just, once you do something, it's like, it's hard to, unless you reevaluate your approach to it, it's hard to deal with it sometimes. So you could be very negative. So once I became a negative person for him, he drew his boundary for me. Like, listen, if I'm going to change in this way, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, okay, babe, I'm willing to do it. What I'm willing to do it, because those are certain things that that's gonna better me. If they're asking you to change something that's just gonna benefit them, that's how you know, like, discernment. Remember, we talk about discernment. That's how you know, no, I don't want to take this advice. I'm not gonna change in that way because that doesn't better me. But me, with the less nagging about something, and he's sometimes like laid back, and it's like, so it clashes sometimes, but I had to fix that in order to get a different response out of him, and I have, because and so yeah, have your boundaries. Because once you let up, for instance, if something like this was to happen now, and I just didn't respond in the same way, I responded in the same way and he still did it, now my response would have to be like 3 times as, because, we're not going to be together. There's no more ifs, ands, and buts about it. And the same thing for me and him. Like, sometimes there is, like, everybody makes mistakes. He can't expect me to never nag, but his big mistake, I can expect him not to do that, right? But if I do, I catch myself and I apologize and I fix it. However, if he didn't fix that issue that I was having with him about talking to the girls about unnecessary stuff, then baby, and we've been at a point where it's like, honey, if you want to do that, then we're gonna have to separate, but just know I'm gonna do exactly what you do to me, and you don't want to see me with another man, period. It would hurt your feelings. It would, because I'm a good woman and I have my boundaries, but he's a good man. So again, if I kept doing something that was detrimental, whatever, that was dangerous to his health, he would have to just leave me, because it's not healthy. Whenever you become unhealthy in something, that is an automatic boundary. Like, sometimes people depend on financial support, right? And so it's like, hey, well, if I leave him, or if your boundary is your boundary, you have to stick to that boundary. Because if you say, the next time you cheat on me to someone, or whatever, the next time you steal my money, or and then they do it, and you don't cut them off, baby girl, young man, woman, let me tell you what's going to happen. He's going to keep doing it. And that's why people say, no. Yeah, he can't change because you keep giving him the same response. You're not going to do nothing. But, honey, you got to do something. And it might just be leaving him. Like, it is what it is. And then once he gets it in safely. But if you're dependent on him financially, then your mindset should be, okay, I'm going to get me a job. I don't care what it is. Now, and sometimes, first of all, you have to depend on God all the time. And just a quick little sidebar. When you're praying, it is important to identify Jehovah as Jehovah, because something that I learned during Bible study last week, and y'all know Jehovah's my home. He's my homeboy. He's my heart. He comes first in my life. So I'm going to share this because I never knew it. In the Bible, and look it up, and I will get the verse. I will get it for this video, and I'm going to show you. But so that means it's going to take me a little while more to edit, but I'm going to show you. Satan is also a god. And so when you're not specific about the God that you're praying to, the things that you are in, which is worldly, you're praying to the wrong God. Like, for real, honestly. Satan is a god. And his name is lowercase G-O-D in the Bible. It's not uppercase, it is lowercase, because the true God is Jehovah. And another reason why Jehovah's name is Jehovah is because that's his name. God is a title. That is not his name. Lord is a title. King is a title. Those things are titles. His name, like your name is Latasha. Oh, like my name, like my name is Latasha. His name is Jehovah. Okay? So when you cry out to him, make sure. Because if you're in the world, then you're in the world. And the world God probably will give you your prayers in a shiny bow and ribbon. And then once you get it, it's like you blame Jehovah God. But no, because you didn't truly ask. You don't know who Jehovah is. Because if you really learn who he is, it becomes very easy to make discernment on what he's saying to you. Because he's not a God of confusion. He's just not. Oh, my earring back came out. I knew that would happen. So yeah, let's see. I think that we're almost done. Let me just make sure I cover all my quotes. Okay, another important thing, build yourself up. Spend time with yourself. Appreciate yourself. If you don't, you're missing a key recipe to growth and happiness and change. Okay, you have to build yourself up first. If you don't build yourself up first, then honestly, you're gonna keep allowing things that aren't good for you in your space. Like, because you don't know what's your energy. You don't even know what energy. You know what? That thing just got to sit. Goodness, I don't know what just happened to my computer. You don't even know what energy you bring, right? So in order to want positive energy, you need to identify, how can I be a positive person? In order for you to identify that, you need to build yourself up, love yourself, embrace yourself, go in the mirror, see the things that you like about yourself. I'm big on that. Build yourself up. Because if you can build yourself up, can't no one. And Jehovah builds you up. Can't nobody break you down. I don't care if someone says something negative about me. I don't care. No more, because I know the changes that I am giving are positive changes. So I won't even entertain anything that's not positive anymore. So I encourage you to do the same. Please like and subscribe. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I did this video and I'm going to make sure I got that Bible verse for y'all and all the things we covered. I'm going to work on a PowerPoint. It probably won't be in this video, obviously, but if you want it, please email me. Go on my website, Trauma Stops Here. All of my information is up there. You can email me, and I will send and subscribe. That's the only thing I do, subscribe. Because, the subscription is free. Just push the subscribe button. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to make a PowerPoint. and it's gonna be labeled recipe for change. And then look at that all the time. Go to it and look at it. So just to emphasize the rules for the ingredients, and then I'm out. I promise. I gotta go, and I know y'all all have to go because this video is 20 minutes. So it's gonna take me a long time to edit it, but it's okay. All right. Ingredient number 1. A change has to happen in order for someone else to change, right? Recipe number 2. Okay, so that's recipe number 2 would be boundaries. You have to have boundaries. After you've worked on yourself, after you change yourself, you have to work on boundaries and the appropriate boundaries, right? So if someone makes a mistake, it's different from, you just got, what's appropriate. Like, don't let it be crazy. Like, for instance, I use my boyfriend. You could never be on the phone. Like, it's just you gotta let it be. It has to be an obtainable boundary, because that's just crazy. Like, come on, some things is just crazy. But oh no, my earring fell out. I'm about to have to get that. So then make sure you have your boundaries with people, and don't let up on your boundaries, because if you let up the first time, the second time, the third time, the fourth time, the sixth time, whatever, you're gonna keep doing that umpteen times. You're gonna keep going. You're gonna just keep going, and it's insane to keep doing that and expect something to change. It's just not gonna happen. And then build yourself up. So we have, okay, we can't keep going in circles. Build yourself up. Appreciate yourself. And if you are a believer, rely on Jehovah's strength, not yours, because most of the times we don't know why Jesus is telling us, or Jehovah is telling us not to be associated or to want that change, right? Because all the time, I mean, sometimes you met a person and it was cool, and now you want to change, and you want to change how you operate with people. So sometimes you gotta let them people go. Like, it is what it is. Sometimes we don't know why. And so it hurts. And honest, change hurts. It is not a comfortable feeling. It is supposed to be uncomfortable, because in that uncomfortableness, we can rely on Jehovah. You can really see his strengths and what he can do for us if we rely on him. And that's what it's all about, because let me just say one more thing. We don't have forever. Oh my gosh, don't y'all see all the stuff that's going on? Mexico, the pipes burst, and then there was this big thing. Miami, the buildings is like, it's just too much. And if you read the Bible, you will see that it's about to be a wrap. And even if it's not close, because we don't know when, just be right. Do the right things, and Jehovah will see your heart. Even if you don't believe even if you have a little bit of faith, and it's like, oh, it could possibly be true, possibly not be true. I don't know, because there are a lot of things that we learn in the world, right? And so we start believing those things. So, but if there is a little piece of faith in you, call John 3:16. First of all, you accept him. However, even if you're just an atheist and it's just maybe not, do good things. You don't have to be belong to an organization, a religious organization, or anything. You don't have to be involved in that to be a good person. Like, do good things, because at the end of the day, he's going to have to determine if we're gonna be on this beautiful paradise earth when he comes back. He is the only one that can determine that. So if you do good things, he will look at your heart and honestly repent. If you are a good person and you feel like, hey, I just can't get it right, but I'm trying to get it right, but you're doing good things, repent. Like, because Jehovah is the ultimate one that can judge, and it's the ultimate one that has the control, the true God. But be careful of the God you serve. All right. I appreciate y'all for watching. I enjoyed making this video. Bye-bye.